It's a jumper of sorts. Pooh woke up humming. He was in an exceptionally good mood. The sun was shining, but that wasn't it. There was breakfast to look forward to, and dinner, and tea, but that wasn't it either. Pooh's good mood was because this was the day he had chosen to knit himself a jumper. Kanga had given him some needles and blue wool and had shown him how to do the stitches. "I shall be the smartest bear in the forest," said Pooh, as he cast on the stitches. "Well, I'm the only bear in the forest, but if there were any others, I should be the best dressed." Clickety-click went the needles. "Lean one, pearl one," went Pooh. The clock struck 11, and he was still working when there was a knock on the door. Before he could say, "Come in," Tigger had bounced into the room and skidded to a halt by the table. "Hello, Pooh," said Tigger, looking at the balls of wool and thinking that here was an opportunity to show off his juggling skills. "What are you knitting?" "What does it look like?" Pooh held up the piece of knitting. It wasn't really a square, or even a circle. Only one thing was certain. It was blue. A face flannel?" Tigger asked politely. "No," came the answer. Tigger sniffed at the wool as if this might help him to decide. "Curtains? A teapot warmer? A handkerchief?" "No." "What does it look like?" "You wear it," Pooh hinted. "I wear it!" exclaimed Tigger, bouncing up and down with excitement and setting the plates rattling on the dresser. "Oh, Pooh, you're knitting me a pair of trousers, and in my favourite colour, too. How very kind." "No, I'm not," said Pooh, dropping several more stitches. "Besides, you don't wear trousers." "That's only because no one has ever knitted me any. Please, Pooh. Oh, please." "No, it's a jumper for me. I'm sorry, but I've started it already, and when I've finished it, I shall be the best-dressed bear in the forest." Tigger stopped bouncing then, and began pacing instead. Pooh couldn't decide which was worse. "Please sit still," he begged, forgetting how many stitches he had counted, and whether he was meant to be on plain or pearl. Tigger looked hurt. Then he asked, "What's that?" "What?" "This." Tigger pulled at a loose thread which trailed from the main knitting. "I don't know," said Pooh, scratching his head in a puzzled way. Tigger pulled some more. "It's getting longer," he announced brightly, glad to be of assistance. Pooh thought something was not quite right, but by the time he realized what it was, Tigger had drawn out the thread until the blue knitting was completely unravelled. "Oh," said Tigger. "Oh," said Pooh, who was so taken aback he could think of nothing more original to say. "Let us start again," suggested Tigger, hoping that Winnie the Pooh might now consider knitting a pair of trousers. So Pooh started all over again. "I'm making something for myself," he said as he cast on. "Now please let me get on with it." But it was difficult to concentrate because when Tigger wasn't muttering, "Plain one, pearl one," under his breath, or juggling with the remaining balls of wool, or showing off how high he could bounce, he was saying things like, "This is going to be a jumper. Pair of trousers, just what I need." And he always seemed to say something when Pooh was at a difficult bit. Pooh very patiently began to count stitches. 94, 95, 96, prompted Tigger, eager to contribute something. 96, 97, 98, 99, reminded Tigger. "Why don't you go into the forest and count the acorns?" suggested Pooh. "I'm keeping you company, that's why." "Oh, yes, I forgot." Just then, one of the balls rolled off the table. "I'll get it!" shouted Tigger helpfully. He scooted round the room after the runaway wool, chased it between the legs of the chair, then pursued it under the bed, where he remained for a long time. There might have been a wrestling match in progress for all the growling and scuffling that went on. Eventually he emerged, covered in fluff and biscuit crumbs, and holding the dusty, tangled wool. "I'll rewind it into a nice tight ball," he reassured Pooh, who looked a little doubtful. Tigger was quiet for several minutes, which was a relief, and Pooh was beginning to really concentrate, when a strangled voice announced, "I say, would you mind giving me a hand? I'm in a bit of a spot." Pooh glanced over his knitting to see Tigger bound tightly to a chair. I don't know how it happened," Tigger went on, while his friend tried to untie him. "I was practicing my knots." But try as he might, and he did try quite hard, Pooh could not undo Tigger. "We'll just have to wait for Christopher Robin to call," he said, taking up his needles once more, and knowing that with Tigger all tied up, the knitting would be finished in no time. Pooh was just trying on his new blue jumper when Christopher Robin arrived. Tigger, who had been snoring loudly, woke up at that moment too. "What do you think?" asked Pooh, parading up and down. "It's a funny shape," ventured Tigger, as Christopher Robin kindly helped to free him. "I don't know that it's you, exactly," suggested Christopher Robin. "One of the arms is longer than the other," admitted Pooh, as he studied his reflection in the looking-glass. "And the bottom's too tight." "And the left side's a bit baggy." "And the neck's rather loose." "Do you know," said Christopher Robin, "that jumper would make a lovely pair of trousers for Tigger." And that was how Tigger got a lovely pair of blue knitted trousers, even though he never seemed to wear them. And how Pooh, by giving up his attempts at knitting, remained the best-dressed bear in the forest.